Bonjour, it's me, ScriptStriker, and welcome to another video where today, after you've liked and subscribed of course, we're going to be making a game that involves time and jumping over obstacles. Yeah, we're ripping off Tower of Heck, sorry YouTube, sorry today. So, guess we should probably begin. Tower of Heck is a game that's been ripped off many times by many different people. For example, exact same game, different name, and the other way down the same axes. Of course, we're original, so we're going to go horizontal instead of vertical. Sorry. Anyway, Dungeon of Strife, the most original game in the world. You start here and you traverse through many randomly generated rooms, being very sad because this game is hard until you win and gain those points that you really desire. So here we are, tutorial time. So you need an value name timer, and inside that, a script, because then you can make things. And then inside starter UI, you need a player UI, screen UI, a label, and a local script. So inside that script, you've got a while loop. So round, 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 and then you have an if, which means if the value is 0, then it'll reset it to 100, so you can play again, which is always good. And then you have a thing that takes away 1 from the timer every second, so it's a countdown. Now in the local script we have it so it checks every 0.1 seconds that the value of the timer is the same as whatever the label on your screen is showing, which is good so that it always tells you how long you've got left. So anyway, once you've made this as beautiful as mine, that label, you're going to head into a time lapse. We need to build our map. So, if you've finished your map, we need to do one more thing, which is get some red brick parts or material, whatever, place them underneath, and then in that lava, as I've named it, you need to get a kill script and put it inside. This will be useful later because at the end of every round, the floor's going to drop from underneath the players and put them in the lava. So, how do you make this kill script? Well, it's very good you asked, because what you have is when the lava touches the player, if whatever touches it is related to humanoid, so what makes it a player, then it'll kill it by breaking its joints. So there it is. So now what we're going to do is, if you remember the first script for the timer, we're going to edit it a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to change it. So here it will say if script.parent.player equals 0, then immediately it will put it back to 100. But what we want to do is make it so workspace.floor.canCollide equals false. So that means that the players will drop through the floor. I want it to do workspace.floor.transparency equals, well, you want only one equals 1, so it's invisible. And then you want it to wait 5 seconds, and then workspace.floor.transparency equals 0, and workspace.floor.canCollide will equal true. So this will make it so the floor appears again. So we can go test that now. Just remember to save, because or else you'll have a very bad time. So first, to make it a bit easier, we'll set this to 15 seconds. So that means it'll reset to 15. So I'm going to go to play, and we'll see what happens. But yes, I forgot to say, make sure you have the floor named floor, apart from in the spawn room, because you don't want your players dying as soon as they spawn in. Well, it's loading. So here we have it. So we just run around the map. I'm not sure why it's lagging so much. I'll probably have to figure it out. Oh no, we've dropped through the floor. But it's always good to see that it's working. So if you have that, then well done. So now we've finished that, it's time to create some obstacles. So in classic Tower of Heck, yes YouTube, I understand, thank you, fashion, we're going to be creating an extremely difficult obstacle, even though it's only the start of the map. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to become building. So I think my first part of this is lasers that move. So I'm going to create my lasers using this, and then I'm going to place them out here, just like that. And maybe want different type of lasers over here, maybe the same type, doesn't really matter, just keep doing this, duplicate and all. And then if we want to, we can duplicate again and make one that's going to go the other way by just doing this and going up to there, and then right up here. So I think I want to have one of those here and another of those here. I mean, I might just have a third one, because why not? So once we've done that, we should have this here. Now to make these lasers move, after we've first turn cast shadow off and anchored them, of course, like we always do, we want to get ourselves a kill script. So I've got my kill script somewhere, but I can't remember. I put my kills. Oh yes, I put them in here. I want to put that in all of these. But these lasers are going to be, because I want to make them extra difficult, are going to move. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to need a C-frame script. So I'm going to grab one of them, and we're going to paste it into here. Now, this is a C-frame script from my past projects, so I'm going to need to edit it. So this gives you 3 seconds. So at first we need to see how far it goes and if we need to change anything. So what we can do, if we don't want to have to play in the game ourselves, is we can just press F8 or click the run button to run it. Let's see. That's going the wrong direction, unfortunately. So, and it's taking too long to do it. So I'm going to do what's best now. Stop the script, and they're going in that direction. It's going to go up, so 0.3 here and minus 0.3 here. Now I'm just going to change it so only every 2 seconds, so I don't want to make this too easy. About 1.5. Now let's run it again and see if it's working now. A large part of making Roblox games is bearing with it. That's good, but it's going a bit too far, so as you see it's going above the map. So I'm just going to tweak it to 45, and then hopefully it should be perfect, or perfect enough. Let's see if that's actually... Yeah, that's great. Now, I just realised that I want to make this repeat constantly. So, I'm just going to put a 0.1 here, and that means that it will repeat forever and ever. I'm just going to make it a lot harder, which is exactly what we wanted here. So now, we'll stop it, and I'm going on to the next phase, which is to put this script into all of the grounded ones. So that's this and this. Oh no, not that. Or we can just click on them and then press Control to select multiple. And these we're going to paste selected C-frame script that we've already put in our first. But the problem is with these other ones, such as this, is they're going in a different direction. So we're going to have to create a new C-frame script. So what we're going to do here is change direction from this way to this way. So let's do this quickly. And nearly done. Brilliant. Now we're going to have to see if it goes in the correct direction and it makes some edits. That's great. Fortunately it only goes half the way we want it to. So we're going to change it. I think 120 should be a good number, but we'll have to check. You can tweak this forever until it's perfect, because perfection is always good. Probably wants 130, but we can change this here. So if we stop, keep that. No, this should keep the changes, and then we can go in here and see if it works. So let's see. Does it go perfectly? Maybe 135, maybe 125 ought to do it. either way, hey, we're just going to stick out this, and you can edit yours later to make it perfect for whatever you're trying to do. So paste it into all the other ones, and then finally this should be complete. Now you want to group it all, just make sure not to group anything else. Oops, I've accidentally grouped the floor. That's not a good idea. And we're going to call this. It's where's group? So yep. So you can call this whatever you like. But I suggest naming it level. What? Yeah, let's name it level 1. Now what you want to do is create a folder in replicated storage called rooms, and then create one called room 1, and in room 1 you want to paste this auto track and put it in. Except actually is that we want to put this in the actual room 1, so put it back into the workspace and just move it in. It doesn't have to be too perfect because generally Roblox games aren't perfect, so you just look like everyone else. Anyway, so now you have that in the correct position, then put that in room 1. And now what's going to happen is we need to create a second obstacle for room 1. So if we go back to here, to this room, it's easiest to make it level 4. We'll just create a hard but simple one, what's known as the ice. So get some glue and just gonna slap it down right here. Just spread it across the entire level, and it should be nice. And then you can just scale it, and there you have some ice. Now we'll just go. We won't need to name it because it doesn't really matter, and we can get a simple slippy script here, and put it in as slippy script. If you've watched my videos before, basically just velocity, so it makes you move in a certain direction. Now we're just going to check it's the correct direction quickly by going into by starting the game and doing what is good by just spawning in a part. That's the wrong direction, so I'm just going to put it 5, 0, and see what happens then. So run a game and wrong direction again, but now we know what the right direction is, so we're going to put in -5 and it's all sorted. So now you've got your slippy script. Yep, we need to get some lasers, so we can just do like before, get some of this and shove it on there. We need to make him perfect, but it should be fine in a sec. Yep. That's great. So now we're going to put them all across. And actually we need to keep getting ahead of myself here. We need to anchor this, turn shadows off, put in the kill script you learned how to make earlier. Now we're just going to duplicate a few of those, move them across. Let's say like that, and we'll duplicate play again. And we'll just duplicate that. And then you've just got a fairly simple level 2. So we're going to group that together and call it level 2. Now we're going to move this as before, like before. We're going to move it down here into the correct place. So just move this up. That wonderful. Now we're going to put this in replicated storage and in room 1. Now what we want to do is make sure that you've got your script looking exactly like this. So what I've done to edit this is here, as you see in Workspace, I added a folder named Jeff. That you just need that to make sure the script will run from the start. So you need to put Workspace for Jeff destroys, so that destroys Jeff, and then it waits 2 seconds, and then local z equals instant.new folder. So this just makes Jeff again. Now this is a randomizer, so x is a random number, and if x is 1, then it'll make our first level, put that inside of Jeff, and if it's 2, then it'll put our second level inside of Jeff. Now you can do this for as many levels as you like, so all of them, preferably, and then that should leave you with a fairly finished game. Finally, I've completed this really hard dungeon. Woo, time to escape. Points, yay. And that's how we reset. So, how do we do this? Well, here is the point script. So, this means when a player joins, they get the points fit on the leaderboard. So at least that's the leaderboard and points to points. Then here is when it touches, is the player. Gets the player from the character and then moves them, and then it increases the score on the leaderboard by 1. Anyway, that's it. You now have a working game. See ya.